everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. I'm your girl, of course, the DBoss. And please take out your device, go subscribe to the channel, DBoss Network, and press the bell icon. And, and like all the guests that come on here because, they need your support too. So it just takes a minute. And I know everybody's on device, some kind of tablet, laptop, phone, something. So it takes, even your kids can do it. If you can't press the button, let your kids press it for you. But anyways, I have our wonderful guest here for you today. As always, I have great guests. This one here, we go way, 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 way back. And we're going to find out from her why she is super natural. And that could be a lover. Or we're going to find out what she could be. But anyways, no other further ado, I introduce to you CHYNA NICOLE.
Yay!
Oh God, girl, we're here.
We are here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. People try to rain on your parade, but let me tell you, God is in control of everything.
Oh gosh, rain on your parade. That sounds like some hater thing or something going on.
It comes with the territory of being a musician and being an educator. Some people get it and some people don't. And we wish them well. And God is going to continue to just do what he does in my life.
Right. So CHYNA, can you tell everybody where you come from?
Yes. So I was born in Harlem and I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut on the North End. And after high school, I went to Colby Cathedral High School. I was quite a scholar growing up, but I went to a wonderful Catholic school. But then I went to Howard University, which was a huge university, and just was engulfed and embraced with my African-rich culture. It was a phenomenal time in my life. And I always refer back to, they know I'm a big Howard fan. My son is at Howard. I have a lot of friends that's from Howard. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you take in Howard?
My major was radio, TV, film, which is why we have Island Worldwide platform. It's not as big as DBoss, but it is it's definitely making its way. And I hope that you can, somehow be one of our affiliates. But
yes. We like to feel it. Everybody, one hand can't clap. So
yes, my husband is in charge of really doing all of the audio pieces, and I've spent a lot of time during the pandemic to doing the research and getting some worldwide affiliates. So hopefully you'll join us because we do have two Canadian affiliates. And my minor was education because I love education. I love being in the classroom, helping teachers, improving schools. People do gravitate to my ideas because I am a musician and we think differently. We think creatively. And
so you play any musical instruments or no?
Well, I used to, and I put it down. I need to really pick it back up. I used to play the clarinet. And I want to learn how to play the piano. It's like a bucket list, to play the piano. But I've been writing songs and singing. I remember getting on the bus in Washington, D.C. and going to the Library of Congress to copyright my lyrics. Like I was always into writing songs. My close friends used to hear me sing them. I was kind of shy in college. And my mother and father are from Jamaica. And they made my dream come alive. My father produced me. Jammies took me to the Jammies and welcomed me into his studio. And my father cranked out some records. King Jammies from Jamaica.
Oh,
King Jammies, the king of Waterhouse in a sense, and so many things.
Okay.
Yes, and I got my first record done in '94. It sounds like a long time ago, but talking to you and thinking back, because I was right after college, I didn't feel like it was such a long time ago. But looking back, I'm like, wow, it was a long time ago. But I made the vinyl era. I'm so happy, like when it was fading out in that time. I know it's coming back in now, but I feel like yes, my first record was on vinyl.
Wow. So you're an educator.
Yes.
So what grade of students do you teach?
So I have held several positions, right? I was an assistant teacher. I taught. I was an assistant principal, I was a dean, and now I'm
What?
a coach. Now I'm a coach. I know, right? I've done a lot in education, and
So a coach meaning like what? You coach the students, or
I
you're
coach
a physical?
teachers how to teach, how
What?
to yes, but you know, I don't know where hopefully this situation will be something long term.
Okay.
I'm loving what I'm doing, but God always have plans, and hopefully this is a part of the long-term plan. So we'll
And
see what
along
the
your
next step,
journey.
because music is a part of me, and everything I do includes music, you know. And hopefully this position will give me an opportunity to bring some of those pieces in, because it's a part of the whole child development, you know. And so hopefully we'll see where that goes. But yeah,
So
I'm
you
an
teach
educator.
music in the school, or you don't know? Now you're doing the coaching thing, but have you?
I have embedded music. So we've connected with the Arts Foundation, and I mean in New York. We've connected with songwriting in the classroom. We've done that, songwriting in the classroom. We've connected with several organizations, performing arts organizations, and brought them into schools to help students be more interested in learning. So we've done that work in other roles that I've played. So I'm hoping that this position will allow me to do some of that. We'll see.
So when did you know that you could sing and be in the music industry?
So it was really my father. My mom knew too, obviously, my sisters, but my father really stamped it because for me, singing demos in the studio, it never came to life. But when I was there with real musicians like Firehouse Crew, you know, these are people who don't know. If you don't know Firehouse Crew, everyone, they are legends. They've worked with all the greats in reggae music. And I had an opportunity to work with them and help them coach me to sing on reggae music, because I was singing R&B. So, and you hear that flavor in my music. And they were the ones to really help me and nurture that. So I guess it was their approval, my father's approval, being in Jamaica that whole time period, being in
So you were in Jamaica when you went to discover that.
Yes.
What?
I knew it from before, but I think
know.
it's just, being around professionals who do this for a living, making money off of it. Even though I was doing it like full time, I wasn't making a lot of money off of it. So but to be around professionals who really are in studios 24/7, working out songs, composing and arranging and writing, just being around that, I said, wow, this is I'm in.
Well, that's all good. So who have you worked with in your industry?
I have to definitely big up Earl Holder. Earl Holder was the one who took my music to another level in terms of mastering my music. And he introduced me to the Recording Academy, which was the Grammys. And he's helped a lot of people. He doesn't get his props, but I always make sure I try to make sure he educated me. He was so willing. He recommended me to the Grammys. Then the Grammys accepted me in terms of being a voting member, being a part of that. And for me, that's like the epitome, because I mean, everyone wants a Grammy. Well, mostly everyone wants a Grammy, right? That's like kind of like your stamp of approval in the record industry, because they have their high bar for excellence, right? So Earl Holder was the one who helped me kind of discover, okay, this is the professional way. Yes, all the work I'd done previously in Jamaica, but then, taking it to another level now. I can be a part. I can actually submit my music. I can vote on people who has great teams and big labels behind them. I can be a part of that process. And that's really fun. And then just recently, the Grammys paired me up with a mentee. And this is a girl a student that's a music student, and she's on her way. Her name is Chloe, and I mentored her in a part of the Grammy process. I mean, she's not a recording member, however, a voting member, but she's a part of the Grammy organization in terms of the Grammy University. They started this thing called the Grammy University.
Right.
And they pair people a part of the academy with students. And that's right up my alley, because I'm also an educator. So it was nice to see this young talent who is a multi-instrumentalist just.
Well, what does she do? Does she play what kind of instruments? A lot.
She plays piano, she plays bass, she also records herself. I mean, and she's in a different genre. She's in the pop, she's not black, she's white,
No.
you know, and she valued what I was giving to her, and I saw the progression of her music where it was when
So
she
how long did you have to work with her for?
For like a semester. We had a couple of sessions, but in those sessions, it was very focused, you know? So for her, like, what if she blows up? You know, I was a part of that.
It's because of you. It's because of CHYNA.
A little bit, just a little bit. She has her instructors and everybody. So that's always fun. So big up to Aura Holder who helped me and definitely nurtured my talents and gifts. And also I got, of course, Mr. Gary Sutherland, my partner. He is phenomenal. He's worked with, you name it. You probably interviewed everybody from Freddie McGregor to the Marleys. I mean, he toured with Rita Marley and lived in Ghana when they were fixing their studio or building their studio. I don't think it ever came to fruition, but he was a part of that. So to have Gary now work with me and really telling me, wow, you know, I mean, he comes from a musical family. So it's nice. It's nice to be in the comfort of people who really have that gift of ear and can help you get better. So I'm blessed. I'm happy.
And CHYNA Nicole, can you tell me how you came up with your name?
So my name was given to me from students. Oh my, see, I have students on my mind.
And mentors and mentees.
I was a student when I was in high school. The name was given to me, and it stuck with me, you know, till now. I try to change it. I try to go, you know, say, you know, I want to just call me Tanya Nicole or just Nicole. But they say, you know, you're not mainstream quite yet, and people are going to get confused with the catalog that they're growing to know you. So it doesn't make sense to change your name. And I was going to change it, but
CHYNA. Well, if everything are you in China? Or?
I won't touch that one.
You don't touch that one.
I love everybody. I want everybody to get my music and to support me. So no matter where you're from.
Wow. You know, it's so all around. You know, when you started your journey, you know, what was your first song that you did when you started your journey?
Well, I recorded a lot of R&B demos. I actually met like a lot of celebrities just recording demos and that kind of thing. But my first record was in 1994 under my father's label called Love Me Tenderly and another one called Last Night. And my father produced it. And then I just had a series of records after that. And my first album wasn't until 2013. And it was called 20 Years in the Making and Ready for the World. That's when we met. Because Fitchboy was managing me.
I wanted to hear that demo that you made. A little bit.
I need to hear it too. I don't even know where that is. I think my girlfriend has
but we want you. But you must have the words in your mind.
Some of those songs are actually, you know, copywritten. Like I said, I used to go to the Library of Congress and just write songs. Didn't have any music behind it, just to get my lyrics copywritten, because I was like, one day somebody's gonna love these lyrics or even sing my song. That's fine too. You know? And
you did a lot of collabs with people also.
I've collaborated with so many. I've collaborated for my big collaboration with Sly and Robbie. That experience was amazing because it was my first live session where they're actually playing to my melody and my lyric. That was phenomenal.
So what's your melody really? Is it's not reggae? It's because you've got like a different flair.
Yeah. So the melody is if like you write lyrics, right? So if you write a lyric and it doesn't have any kind of, you know, chords underneath it, just you humming, then it's just lyric. But if you come with, you know, lyric, supernatural, you know, that melody with it, then that's the melody. So imagine you singing something without any music, a cappella, and then having these Grammy iconic musicians. I know they don't probably like to hear that, but they're the truth, right? They've worked with Peter Tosh. I mean, they've worked with everyone. They are the go-to. They're the gurus of reggae music, Sly and Robbie. So having them and then them orchestrate a team of people to make your song come to light, that was the highlight in terms of studio recording. But I've worked with Chuck Turner, Junior Cat, Andrew B's, your friend from.
Yeah, I know Andrew well, but he's extraordinary to work with. You know.
Yes,
Is he?
He's a wonderful person. When we did our song, actually, we weren't in the same setting, but yes, he's amazing. Yami Bolo. I'm up to so many people, I can't even, but yeah. And I've Tabby from the Mighty Diamonds. He introed my second album. So that was pretty cool. Jabbar Eyes, a new artist, my last album. He's a new artist. He's Firehouse Crew, George Miller's son. He's up and coming. We have I've written for Nadine Sutherland. I've written I'm trying to think of people who I've worked with, people not necessarily on the same record, but just work with people in terms of, okay, I want you on my production, like Lady Ann and some other new artists. So I'm sure I'm forgetting so many others, but
yeah. Hey, it's not my fault. It's
but they're all phenomenal artists, and it was a blessing. And this new chapter, having this new song, and I produced it. I worked with a composer, Clill, and Gary mixed and mastered it, Supernatural, and it shot to the top of my catalog. I have like 70 something songs, and it just shot right up there. So people are liking this one, and I think I'm getting a different audience too with this song.
Well, Supernatural, that's a big name just by itself. You could think about if you're supernatural, supernatural, like that.
Yeah, you see it, girl.
No. So what was behind the process of that song? I know it just didn't come out like boom.
Right. I had that track for a year, that composition for a year. And I was thinking, should I do a female album? Just kind of toying with the different ideas about it. And then I just felt like, you get that itch. I had that itch. Like, I haven't released a song since Butterflies in the spring. And it was like a 6-month mark. And I said, people need to hear the creativity that's in me. And I really want this out. And so when I wrote the song, I thought about the holidays and people being depressed, and my own emotions too, and just people just needing to be lifted up. And because this time, and then I had a lot of people around me that are just not doing well in terms of their health, and I just wanted to just uplift people, and I knew it would resonate with people. I just wanted to uplift people, and I thought about Bob Marley, Natural Mystic, and I said, gosh, what can I name this? I told you different ideas. What can I, to make people feel like like, what does she mean supernatural? I'm supernatural. But it's for you to sing along that you are supernatural.
You could be your hair supernatural or something.
You have that divine energy inside. Yes. Your nails, your hair, everything. Yeah, I see you. And, no, but you have that divine energy inside of you. Look how you have your platform. You just mentioned how you have like almost 1 million people watching you and listening to you. So you had something inside of you that you believed in yourself, no matter what obstacles that came along the way. And we do have obstacles, don't we?
Mm-hmm. You have to have obstacles that you cut people off too.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You certainly do.
The big garden clippers.
I know. And isn't that sad? It's like, it's like you really, when you were growing up, you were told so many great things about life and people. And then they just have they have this way about a lot of them. They just don't have good hearts, some of them. So we want to bring out the best with this song. We want to bring out the best. And I believe that there are a lot of good people in the world, I want to believe that.
Out of the whole globe.
I want to believe that, and I think naturally people want to do good things, and I hope this song can uplift people.
So, who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Let's see. That I haven't worked with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really think about that. I just want to just
put out.
I have, okay. So Oh my gosh. I think they're like the old cats. Like when I say old, like people that are seasoned, like Stevie Wonder
Wow.
and Anita Baker and of course Rihanna. I love her.
Woo! I know everybody.
I
She'll
like
do it.
I like Beyonce too, and Mary J. Blige and
Oh yes.
the
Well, you
new
guys lived out
girls.
in New York. That's Mary right there.
Yes, Mary J. Blige and all the new talent too. I like Summer Walker. I like Doja Cat. Those are the new acts. In terms of reggae, I wish Lady Saw would come back into dance hall. I love Lady,
Oh.
but I understand she's in a different path now. I respect Spice and Shansia. Every woman that's really doing it, I respect that, and I love Itana's voice. I think she has a gorgeous voice. But I don't really think about because I just want good energy. Because sometimes you say you want to work with a person and it's
then
not
maybe
what you expect. You know?
Or maybe their persona is not what you think when you finally meet them.
Right. But if you could say, you know what, CHYNA, I met Babyface, or I met Drake, and I met Kanye, and I met Nas, and I met, Marcia Griffiths, and I met, and these people are actually, I met Marcia actually, but to work with, and they really are, they do embrace your talent, and and we get in the studio and it's a nice vibe, then that's all cool,
So you like recording here, where you're at, or do you like recording in Jamaica?
I liked both. I love the feeling of being in Jamaica and the vibe and energy that it brings. There's nothing like it. But I also like experimenting. When you go to the studio in Jamaica, you don't have that much time to experiment. And when you have your own studio at home, you have that time. So that's nice to be able to do that.
So you have your own studio at your home?
Yes. Yes. Mr. Gary Sutherland, Mr. Engineer,
Woo!
He designed our home studio. So I'm very, very blessed. And I do want to sing my song because I feel like I slighted you guys. So,
Look, she's taking out her stuff now. Everybody likes that when you do it off the key there.
I know, right? Supernatural, I'm walking in my faith. I have a purpose. And if you ever fall hard, you get back up. Ooh, what a feeling when I know what I can do. Supernatural.
I like it. I just can relate to it.
It's a falsetto song, so it's really high. So you have to make sure, and then sing.
You gotta warm it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what would you tell, artists as women coming up in this industry? What kind of advice can you give them?
Advice. I would say
you're an educator.
Try to get into writing your songs, study the craft, because I study the craft.
What do you mean the craft? Meaning what? What, like?
Meaning understanding the nature of the business. Oftentimes you think you can just go and sing people's song and you not really know, you can't just do that. Or understanding how to construct the song or what melodies work. I knew this particular song is not my normal register to sing. It's very high, but it worked because of how it was arranged, So there's parts when you can hear the authentic CHYNA NICOLE, when there's parts it's really high, but it still works. A lot of people do that, and they're recording from Prince to Alicia Keys to, they bring in a different register, but the message of it, comes across. But then I go back into my regular register when I sing the verse. Sometimes I wonder, how did I make it through? That's like regular, but I have the high notes under it. Sometimes I wonder, how did I make it through? On top of that. So you just have to understand your voice.
You gotta see you with a guitar in your hand or something.
I know. It's like, animated with the fingers and stuff.
Sitting at the ranch or sitting by the beach, and everybody just I can just see it, a little campfire, you know, the beach.
Oh, I love that setting. Maybe you should direct our next video. I love
that just sit there playing and the ocean just shh.
Isn't that pretty? Oh wow, I like it. I like it.
It's nice because it's relaxing. Then you're into that, your divine self, right?
Mm-hmm. We're getting a lot of good feedback on that song. And one disc jock said, "CHYNA, you always surprise us, you know, because it doesn't sound like anything else I've done, you know." So I think that's why people are like, "Yeah, man, this work, I like it," you know.
You hear Jamaican patois now.
Yeah, man, I like it, CHYNA. Yeah, I get that, like it, love it, yeah, man. You know, on my phone, I'm getting those messages. So
that's so nice. So do you consider have you done any Afro beats or anything like that? Or,
you know, big up to Shola Henry. We do have someone in, I want to say Nigeria. I think it's Nigeria. Yeah. And his song is actually on the top of my catalog also. There Is Love. So yes, it's not straight Afro beat because he's very, very musical. He has a lot of other instruments in there. But yes, we have experience. And then Noel Alfonso also gave us kind of like an Afrobeat-ish kind of track, but not straight Afrobeat. So we experiment, we play around with the musicians that know what they're doing. So yes.
So have you sang any soca?
I have one song on my previous album, my second album, that has a calypso kind of vibe because the artist is from Montserrat.
Okay.
So, and he's an artist and a producer, and it's called "Wine on Me." You must listen to that song.
Wine on Me. I think you want to wine on me. Move your body so sensually, round and round, round and round. You want to get people to start standing up and whining now, because that's because a lot calypso is different, I guess, from reggae, and it's a different thing. So a lot of times, sometimes the artists that are coming from Jamaica, they don't own, but not a lot of them now. They seem like they're going with the calypsonians and the soca guys, and they're mixing things together, and it's working.
Yeah, listen to that song "Wine on Me."
I am.
My second album that has a calypso.
I
feel the next album maybe I'll add a calypso. See, you inspired. Maybe the next album, if it comes to fruition. Gary's pushing me to do another album. We'll see, but I definitely will have a calypso joint on there. It is from this conversation.
And then this is gonna be on, so we're gonna hear it tick, 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 and go through, and have your flag going.
Right. We need that.
So can you tell us 3 things? Okay, what's the most craziest thing that's happened to you while you were either doing a set, performing, something?
I remember, I don't know if it's the most craziest, but I remember being in Amazuro, and I mean, I was like, I had my outfit ready, and it was, I forget, it was a ladies' show. It was an all-female show.
Oh.
And I get out there and I'm ready to sing, my classic, "Ooh, take me to the moon." And there was no music. And it was like people were just staring at me. And I was like, are you kidding me? And we had all these other artists, but I was like, why me? Why my set? And we're like,
why your set had to be like that?
People they sabotage you, like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm just there, and I said, I'm just gonna make the most out of it, God. I prayed and I just sang a cappella, and a crowd.
They didn't have the music.
They had the music, but for some reason it wasn't playing. Don't ask me, but it didn't play. I know.
I would have got off the stage, and after I finished, she must have went over there and said, "Hey, let me tell you something."
Have you been to Amazuro, New York?
No. I've been to New York, but I haven't been. Maybe I have. Maybe not that part.
Yeah, it's
a bar.
It's a good size. No, it's a club. It's a good size and big stage and everything, and no music. So
did the other people's music come out?
I think maybe one other person had that issue, and everybody else's music came up.
Wow,
it's the nature of the business,
As long as you got your coin at the end of the day, I don't care.
But you want to have when
you you're gearing up yourself for that, and all of a sudden, no music.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of any other. I'm sure there's so many.
You must have had a wardrobe malfunction or something. This one lady
malfunction.
Or this one lady said that she was out in an entertainer, and she was out in China, Japan, or something. And she said she had these shoes, and she was doing some dance and stuff like that. And she was just doing it. And somehow when she kicked out, the shoe flew off.
Really? I'm sure that was. I try to be comfortable. I try to be comfortable on the stage. I'm not, knock on wood. I try to be comfortable on the stage. If I wear heels, they're going to be comfortable heels, not too high. I remember a long time ago. Oh, you mentioned bringing me back. I used to back up Mikey Spice.
Oh,
with another girl named Nina, and we toured England. It was my first tour as a backup artist, and I remember these dreads, like the Rastaman looking at us in front of the stage, like that's like staring at us, like trying to see if we really, got it. And I remember Nina, she was very hip. She's very hippie and very shapely. And back then I was much thinner than I am now.
Fluffy, very fluffy.
Yeah, and because she had a different upbringing in terms of she was always on the road, and she was just moving and singing and moving and singing. And me, I don't do that. Like I have to kind of like make sure that my notes are correct. So I'm still moving a little bit, but I'm like projecting. So she did outshining me, and she outshining me, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I know, and those men are staring in the front.
They staring at me in the front, and all I could do was like, okay, just make sure my note is right. Just make sure just sing. And I did. And he had a good show. We had a good show. But I just remember that. I said, Nina, why are you gonna dance all like that? We didn't practice that.
Was that in New York, or was it somewhere else?
That was in England. We toured
England. Oh gosh.
UK.
The people really, they know how to party there, but they got to make sure you're certified.
Yes, they are serious about their music. They gave us a certified stamp button. Let me tell you that those grills in the front row.
And y'all sit in the back. You know what I mean?
And Nina outshined me.
So does any of your other family perform or do anything, or is it just you?
My father, and my mother says she used to sing, but she didn't really, take it seriously. My father used to DJ, and then
was a DJ. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And that's how he got into recording, from his early days. Because he and back King Jam used to be called Prince Jammies, and they used to all hang at King Tubby's. So they have like a whole history. I know. Real iconic.
Well, weren't you a little bit nervous when you first maybe went there, or you went to perform in front of them, or not really?
No, I wasn't nervous. I wanted to get it done. I believed in myself. I really did. I was like, it's time for me to get these lyrics on wax. I was so eager and ready. I mean, I just remember staying in the studio, like staying there like all night, even when my song was being mixed. I just wanted to be near it. And I just love music. It's so
yeah. You stayed there. Oh my God.
Yeah. When songs were getting mixed, usually artists, they go out, come back. I stayed back then it was Fat Man. He's still alive. Fat Man, big up. He was mixing my songs back then. And it was a great time. And it's changed now, because now to see Gary, when he mixes the songs, he'll use the same technique. He'll go to one room, then the other room, and listen in one part of the studio and listen. They did a lot of that technique back then. So some of those, I would say traditional.
Still, there's some people that still do that, and I think that the music comes out better.
Yes, they have those traditional skills that I don't know if they still can do that in modern day, but he does, because he comes from that era,
Right.
So. But I love it, and every time he records me, he say, "You just love the essence." We just get back. He just sees me as an artist, as versus a wife. But yeah.
Oh, because that's your husband, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, we can't break the fans' hearts. We cannot break anybody's hearts.
And no man can come near you. By the way, that's my husband over there. But I want to talk to you, CHYNA.
You're
well,
funny.
not today. Not today.
No, he gives me my space to be the artist that I am. And
yes.
He has to, because he met me as an artist. So,
he met you like that. So you can't say nothing.
He met me as an artist, so he allows me my creativity, and we have a really good working relationship. And I leave him alone when it's time for him to do his mixing. He has this.
Well, that's what make it mesh, because you guys, you allow each other to have your individuality, even though you're together.
Right. You said it perfectly.
You have children?
I have a son at Howard.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Yep.
He's studying music too, or something different?
Architecture.
Wow.
Big up, Nico. Big up, Nico. Yeah.
That's a hard field. That's a hard field, but it
is very difficult.
Ooh, you better
very
know your numbers and your dimensions.
I'm telling you, very proud of his work. And he supports my music. They know mommy loves to sing, and this is healthy for me. Like, you have to do what's healthy for you,
Yes.
Working regularly, it's just not, I have to have music in my life. That's just what it is. That's who I am. Take it or leave it.
So did some of the students know that you were a musician when you taught, or like what was the pretend that you were?
Right. So schools that allowed me to bring music in and work with kids, they knew I sung. They don't, necessarily, I don't talk all about my musical career,
right.
But they knew that she's a singer, she's a songwriter, she's an educator, and it was very welcoming. But there are other environments that are not so welcoming. So I didn't talk about it too much with kids. I just, do what I got to do in terms of
and go home and blare it out at my home studio. Well, but it must be hard, like you got to put on that face, and then your entertaining face. And you're like, so did any of your students that didn't know that you did that maybe saw you somewhere and say, hey, that's Mrs.
I have a few of my former students follow me on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I taught music in the classroom, like when we songwrite. So I have some YouTube clips with kids singing, and writing songs. I have all of that because that's what they love to do. And as a good teacher is going to bring out the best in their kids, So if we're learning about creative writing, and we have an art, it's the school is an arts integration school, then we're going to embed that. So it comes naturally. And I don't feel like I have to put on another face when I'm in a just an educational setting, because it's a part of me too. I was trained to be an educator. So I understand what it is for students to be engaged, to get students back on track, to help teachers and to look at assessments and help them in the classroom and the climate of the school and bring out great ideas for students to be rewarded. That's a part of who I am too. So that comes natural too. Well, I had to be trained for that. You had to go through training. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, they couldn't figure out, well, who's CHYNA NICOLE? That's not the teacher.
They don't
name is totally different from your name, right?
They would have to Google me.
They'll have to try to figure out who is who. That's not her. That can't be.
But CHYNA NICOLE is not different than the educator. It's all me. It's just CHYNA NICOLE is my stage name, but it's me all the same. It's not like, oh, I transformed into someone else. It's just me. It's just me. Just like you have teachers or people that go to ballet, they do ballet or they actually are ballet dancers,
right?
Or, play a sport, or have a cook, their chef. One of the teachers I found out is a writer for film. He wrote for different films. I'm like, what? So people have different talents, but when you're in a school setting, you want to just follow school rules, set those expectations, but it's different. don't hear you. What do you say?
I'll get your paycheck.
You get paid. You get paid for your work. You get paid for your work. You know, we're actually underpaid. We're underpaid, but
that's right. But no, but we respect, you know, educators and stuff. And, you know, I guess during the pandemic, I guess you must have did a lot of stuff online and everything, right?
Pandemic, yep. I had experience teaching online during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be a part of it. I didn't like the pandemic. Obviously, we're still in a pandemic.
No,
I don't like masks, but online you didn't have to worry about that. Obviously, I like being in person. There's nothing like being in person.
Yeah,
nothing.
You really can't see who's really paying attention. Like, are they really listening to me, or are they just looking at something else? Or are they eating something? Like, and then a lot of them take themselves off the video, and it's like, okay.
You sound like you know a lot about this. What do you know about? You sound like you know too much about this.
Oh God, girl, I want to have a drink too.
This is cranberry juice.
Well, you can drink. A lot of people do.
It's cranberry juice.
It's late night. They can have whatever you want. Yeah, at home. It can be vodka and the cranberry or whichever. All right.
Do you do something else besides TV and radio?
Huh?
Do you do something else besides media?
Yeah, I help brand people, marketing them, you know, take their stuff and do what I have to do off air.
What are you good at outside of that?
Well, I'm good at administration. I can do a lot of stuff. I put things together, concepts, creativity, you know, just make, like, I can take somebody's product and help to get it out there and get it sold.
So do you feel like you're the same person when you're in front of the marketing meeting that on TV? Are you the same person?
Something similar, but not really, because what happens is that, you know, sometimes when you're applying for stuff, you say, oh gosh, I have all this stuff on the media. Jeez, are they gonna hire me? But, you know, I just learned well, this is who I am. And I'm not really that much different from how I'm talking to you now than how I'm outside. So it just comes with the territory.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you're a little bit more relaxed because it's not like you have these set of rules. I mean, you're going to be professional, but
yeah,
you know, that's what music is for me. It's freeing. It's your creativity. It's how you feel about different things and different how you perceive different experiences. You know, so you're more freer in that creative. So I'm sure when you know, right now, DBoss, you know, you're the boss and you're being free and funny and fun. And, you know, we're having a good time.
I've been like that. I've been like that, you know, even because I have a legal background. So I've been like that anyways. Like, even though I'm serious and I'm professional with what I do, you know, I was like, oh gosh, unless we're in front of the client or in front of the court or something, it's different. But when we're off, you can just let your hair down.
And that's what's nice about it, right? I mean, people are going to criticize no matter what.
No matter what. They're going to say this, that. They don't like this. They don't like that. But you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinion. So what more can we expect from CHYNA NICOLE? Any acting in the way, or?
It's funny you said that because Mr. Sutherland has a colleague that said, CHYNA, don't you know that you fit the mold to be, you know, on TV, you know, you're a singer, you do radio, you're an educator, you just have, and I said, well, that's nice, but I don't see any checks. No, I'm just kidding. No.
That's the main thing.
I know, but I'm open to all of that. But I know who I am. I know I'm a musician, and I know that it's for me. It's so great to have this outlet, social emotional, you know, outlet, this emotional outlet, and I understand education, and I love it. So this is who I am, you know. In the future, I see myself probably doing a lot of the masterclass work. I like that. Teaching teachers, continuing to teach teachers on how to teach and how to improve schools and how to write songs and just putting out some great records. I see myself continuing the work that I'm doing. I know I'm always learning, always developing. And I don't know about another album quite yet, but I am putting out music, and I got to big up everybody who I work with. Big
so
up.
let's do the shout outs.
I kind of said a lot of people.
You said a lot of them.
Just big up my family. I bigged up everybody. I think everybody who I work with. You are.
Well, I guess we can see because a lot of the musicians and the artists are all going to acting. So that's why I had asked you if you.
Well, there hasn't been anything proposed to try.
You never know.
You never know.
You never could know.
But I am comfortable. Honestly, I'm comfortable with what God has given me, which is a talent of music and writing songs, and of course what I went to school for in education. But I'm comfortable with that. I do want to big up Island Worldwide, though. I have to big up everybody affiliated with Island Worldwide because they keep the station going. They are all interesting. Big up everybody on Island Worldwide. You know who you are. And follow us on Island Worldwide if you don't. And we're talking about people in Canada, people in UK, people in Kenya, Africa, New York City, Atlanta, Florida. We're doing it, DBoss. So it's just a matter of you just joining us. So big up to all my friends. Love you all. All
right. Well, and if people want to get in contact with you directly, have to go to the Island Worldwide or how do they?
Island Worldwide Media at gmail.com. That's a good way, definitely, because I'm always looking at the emails and doing administrative work behind the scenes. But follow me on Instagram, official CHYNA NICOLE, or Facebook, CHYNA NICOLE. And if you want to get in touch with us, contact DBoss. She'll
okay. we'll get you out there. But after we do the video, we will big up the song Supernatural. You will see the
Supernatural
video. You will see the video after we close off of here. So go and like it. Comment, let her know, subscribe to the channel, plus the bell icon and all that.
Yes, how they say LinkedIn bio below. They check LinkedIn bio.
How much things you gotta press? You know what I mean? Just make sure you press like on it, and you can subscribe.
You sound like the official YouTube bloggers. You know what I mean?
Everybody, the Royals, everybody has me saying. I'm telling you, I said, wow, that's interesting. So, but anyways, I do want to thank you, CHYNA NICOLE, for coming on tonight and telling everybody what's going on. And, support the song, people. Get it. It's on Spotify.
It's on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. Supernatural. I'm walking in my faith. I have a purpose. You gonna sing? And
all right.
I get back up. Ooh, ooh, what a feeling when I know what I can do.
All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in to Real Life Matters, everybody. So bye for now. Bye.
Sometimes I wonder, how did I make it through? Well, I had a feeling it'll be alright. Yeah. I looked to my God and He cleared the way through. He gave me the feeling it'll be alright. sunny days are ahead. Ahead. I'm supernatural. Ooh, I'm walking in my faith, 'cause I have a purpose. And even if I fall hard, I get back up and ooh, what a feeling when I know what I can do. If you're ever feeling broken down, torn apart to pieces, it'll be alright. And I can tell you that it won't take too long. Be strong, 'cause it'll be alright. 'Cause better days are ahead, better days ahead, yeah, yeah, ahead. I'm supernatural. Ooh, I'm walking in my faith, 'cause I have a purpose. And even if I fall hard, I get back up and ooh, what a feeling when I know what I can do. I'm supernatural. Ooh, I'm walking in my faith. I have a purpose. And even when I fall hard, I get back up and ooh, what a feeling when I know what I can do. Supernatural, supernatural. What a feeling when I know what I can do.